Guys, welcome back, and let's go through oil this time around for next week. Let's see what we have for oil, and let's assess how we can partake in this oil trade. So presently I'm just going to take the trend from this last low. So we have a lower low here because price made a U-turn here. We have the tabletop here to create a new lower low. Price came back to that U-turn and create a lower high. It created another U-turn and it busts the lower low to form a new lower low. Now we're coming back for a lower high here to continue the lower low, but instead it just sold a little and it was taken out. So immediately it was taken out, then these guys should be our target. So price took out these guys, everybody here, every umbrella here was taken, and price created a new higher high, came back to create a new higher low here. Okay, so after the new higher low, we stretched to form a new higher high here. Now, because we are in an uptrend, expectation is that we are supposed to continue the trend from this zone to form a new higher low on this zone. Okay, so instead of forming a new higher low, price purge the zone, close fully. Well, if it closes fully, let's see the next candle. Should it come back up and take it back? The next candle didn't close as bullish as possible. Instead, it closes as a pin indecision. The third candle also, meanwhile, all these candles are closing below the monthly zone. So it's signifying that it's possible that we sell off to the next zone. So here, first, second, third, then we have this sword. This sword is a significant candlesticks for me. I call it sword. A lot of people call it indecision candle, but I call it a sword. It has a lot of power. Why do I call it sword? It's always showing you that we are in direction. It's always showing you that now we are ready to move. That's why I love it. I usually take trade off this candlestick. If you see it, you see it. If you don't see it, you might possibly not know it. I call it the sword. More or less also like this also. I call them the sword candle. You can see just like the normal sword, you can hold on to this side and use it to start whipping out people. Here too, you have the handle here and we have the tail. You can use it to whip out. So when I saw this sword, I already knew that price is dipping. So price came back to this previous low and signified a bearish trend. So a bearish trend after an impulsive trend. So let's take it into consideration. Is price coming back to sweep every bias that are here out? Is that what price is coming back to do? I'm just saying because when looking at this, it's looking like price is coming out to come back. More so, President Trump has been so elaborate on oil. He wants oil price to go down. So I guess that's why we are seeing a lot of slow movement trying to force the price to go down. So presently, we are no more bullish. And I can see that we are heading downward for sales. So let's continue the analysis from here. When we created a lower low, we already know that if price comes back here, price is coming to create a lower high. And price rushed in here, putting a lot of buyers in that, oh, maybe we are continuing the buy. No. Immediately price closes, price start the sell and close this bearish engulfing. This signifies that buyers are no more in power, bears are in power and ready to push the price. So bears pushed it a little, didn't tap into the zone, they came back again for a second. You can see this is hammer, inverted hammer on that particular zone, signifying that we are going down came back to touch, and down we go. We tapped into this. When we tapped into this, the main goal for this lower high is to take out this lower low. So even if we tap into this, I'm not expecting more buyers to come in to come and do anything. The highest they could do is just push price back to a more discounted place for sellers to come in, and they push price back to this zone here. Meanwhile, buyers start taking effect from here. Push, you can see, and they push price. Now the pushing for oil, for me, I'm expecting oil to go down to at least this zone, let's say 44k, 44,000, no, 44 naira, not naira, sorry, $44. So I'm expecting oil to come down here, and from here we might possibly see some corrections for some while, because President Trump has been able to push price from this is 2025, this 24, 25 here, yeah. So he has been able to push from, let's say, 80 now down to about, we currently have the lowest about 55, and presently we are at 63. So we are still continuing on the sell. So don't let this week bore you out. We are still continuing on the sell. This month has not ended yet. If this month ends with this push up, then we might probably see a revisit here to continue. But if this month can close below this zone, that signifies that we are selling off down here. Meanwhile, let's go down to weekly to see how the bearish trend is looking. So let's go down to weekly and see our zones on the weekly. Now weekly, because weekly I want to make adjustment to these zones on the weekly. I would like it not to extend this far. Okay, so why? Because presently that's the immediate weekly zone, and if we take a look at what is going on the weekly, we'll be sure to say that weekly is bearish. Okay, so let's I usually like to take some perspective of it. So this was the lower high, we have lower high, this was the higher high, higher low, higher high. So here was a continuation of buys, but was taken over. So this was where price changed its course. So price came back to this zone, and price mitigate. To break this way, we need to know where price changed, because price was going bullish. This was the high, price came back to mitigate this high here to form a lower and switch to lower lows. So here price is expected to come back to this zone here. After this zone, I'm expecting price to now come back. When price came back, price gave me a sword. You can see that sword. Please take notes, I'm only discreting it here. It's only meant for my mentorship student, but it's all good. If you can use it, fine. If you can study it, fine. So when I saw this sword, guys, we're ready to go. A very sharp kung fu sword. You can see a little bit of handle, but very long tail. So it means the power we've taken over. Let's go down. Immediately, price starts selling. So price paid respect to this monthly zone, as it has paid respect back in this previous area. You know, we have this area here forming a lower low, and price from a lower high here. Now we formed a lower low, and we are coming to, this is where things get freaky. I want to sell, I don't want price to break out to this place back here. Why? Because price respected this place before breaking. So who's responsible for this break here should be around this area. So I only want to see a wick come in here and body close below so that I can continue the sell. So presently presently this is a lower high on the I didn't label it weekly, I only labeled monthly because I want to use the overall direction. So here expecting price to come back to this area. This is the last bodily candle close. So if we see price come back here, I'll start looking for sales around that area. I'll start waiting to see candle confirmation of a sell. So my weekly is just here. It's actually very close to the monthly zone, but because I want to be sure that we are taking out this weekly, I need to display it so that I will be sure of what I'm doing. So that's that on weekly. Let's go down to for daily. Let's see. Now we don't have any daily zone. There's no daily zone, even if I'm probably seeing a zone, but I'm not really seeing it because it's too close. It's in between these two. I can see a zone here for daily because price pushed. Instead of continuing, price take out this high. So but because it's in between these zones, I'm not going to touch it. I'll mark it out. So I'm just going to leave it like that. So let's go down to 4 hours since daily does not have much display to give us. The 4 hour seems to be the only relatable zone that aligns with daily. This is supposed to have been the daily zone, but because it was so close, I couldn't draw it on the daily. It was a 4 hour zone. You can see my sword here. I've been talking about this sword, guys. You need to start looking at it. Anytime you see this sword, I'm raining. When I see this sword here, price is still continuing is low, so I must sell. I will just sell below the close of that sword. My SL at the top. I've given you guys a cheat now. Then I'll aim for probably 1 to 3. This is for 440. And I would love to see 440, that's 880. I would love to see 880. That's 1 to 2. Then I'll move my stop loss forward. At least 1 to 3. So I'll be having 12 something. 1 to 3 should be around 12. Yeah. Should be around 12 also. Should be around to 3. But if I've gotten 1 to 2, which is 1 to 1, immediately I've moved my stop. So 1 to 3 will be 12. So 1 to 2 will be 8. 8 something, which is around this guys here. It's 80. Let's say it's 80. So that's a good entry with this guy. So start backing it up. All right, so that means I'm still looking for bearish, but on the 4 hour we are bullish because price broke, created a new low. Price came back, couldn't fix it. Instead, we broke above. So I'm waiting for this next 4 hour high to form, and when we see a bearish move, I'm selling. And if you can see, this looks like a correction, ascending channel kind of correction. So we'd love to see, I like to use the line for all these arrangements, yeah, so that I can see the depth of the line. So the first person here is this man. So I'll probably just lock these two guys here and wait to see when price changes its course. Presently price has shown us that it's going bullish, so I'm bearish on oil, so I want to see price turn around. And for me, I'm seeing something here. This is the 4-hour last high that wasn't taken, and this is 4 hours low. So possibly enough, let me clone this and put it over this area here. So let's see if price would love to come to this zone. If price comes to this zone, I would love to see a double top. Guys, start learning how to see double top. I don't sell immediately on the first top, I sell on the double top. So look at, for example, this is the first top, bearish engulfing candle, evening star. Then this, nobody needs to tell me, I'm getting in here at the close of this candle. I'm getting in. My stop loss will be the highest man here. Who is the highest man? Let's say this is the highest man here. I'm going in. This is first and this is the second. So this is more of my entry criteria though. This is first bullish, second bullish, morning star here. I'm buying here. This is where I'm buying. So I try to, I've given a little bit of this is 94 times 3, whereas 20 something, 200 and something. So 9 times 3 should be around here. So 1 to 3 is fine, and depending on the trend, I might hold the remaining. Okay. So looking for bears in this area. I'm only interested in bears, I'm not interested in buying. So even if I see a buy setup like this buy setup here, this is the morning star buy setup, but I'm not interested. I can easily just buy here. I say I'm buying here, stop loss below this small guy here, this small red candle, which is 240 pips. Wow, that's about 240 pips. That's a lot, especially when it comes to a high volatility pair like oil. You have to have some funds in your account to back it up. So 240, let's say 2 times 3 is 6 something. So if I can hold here, fine. If I can't, then. But when price is against the trend, there's a lot of time wasting opportunities. What do I mean by that? Let's calculate something here. More reason why I don't trade against the trend. Okay, where's the ruler? Let's measure how fast price move from here down to this. This is 6 days. 6 days, right? Okay, fine. Now let's measure this correction starting here and presently where we are. 8 days. Are you seeing it? Correction takes more time than impulse. It takes more time, so it will just put you in unnecessary unnecessary heart attack. You just be 8 days, 8 hours. You can see this sharp move takes 6 days. This slow move here takes 8 days. So I prefer going with the trend instead of going against the trend. That's the more reason why I don't trade against the trend, because over the years experience has given me a lot of lesson. I've taken a lot of loss, especially in these opportunities. I'm buying. I'm just taking a lot of loss. So I prefer to be patient and to follow the direction. Meanwhile, this zone is not really a realistic zone for me, because I'm not expecting price to cross these guys here. This is just a back end zone, but it is invalid. Let me just be honest with you. This zone to me is invalid. Let me just clean it out. Is invalid. In fact, this zone here too is invalid. All I'm expecting is to see sellers in. but let's just put it there and let's see how the market plays. You have to be extremely careful as we are looking forward to seeing sellers coming in to the game. Also, let's go down to daily. Let's see if we can match a trend, the present one here and here. Okay, so present trend here. This is the present trend. I'm not expecting price to come and make another trend here. I'm just expecting price to give me a signal on this zone and we move. This movement should be as fast as possible, because for me, I feel like the correction is already done all over here. So I just expect to see price drop. Okay, I think that's that on oil for next week, which is for the third week of April, and we should see some sales as President Trump is trying to make fuel a little bit cheaper in the USA. So this is US oil, and I'm looking to sell oil with the technical, also with the fundamentals of President Trump. And from the higher time frame down to the lower time frame, I'm only seeing selling opportunities. So I think they align all in all, and I'll be looking forward to that, to have a good entry and to see about how many pips. Let's say from here to here is about you know, oil measurement is quite different, you know, but there's a lot of money if you can bank on this and hold. That's just the difficult thing. And hold this long sell, it's very difficult, though. You probably cash out maybe like 3 to 4 times inside this overall, which is fine. This is about 18,000 pips, if I'm not over exaggerating. This is about 18,000 pips, or probably 1,800 pips. Whichever way, we're looking for sales. Okay, I think that's that on oil. I'll let things go for oil for now, and I'll see you guys on I think I have one more pair to analyze. Okay, I'll look into it and I'll drop the video. See you guys